Yeah, Chris, large portions of seaweed popped up in Key West last week. This bloom we're talking about is called the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt, and because of the current size of it and it only being March, researchers say as the waters warm up, this bloom will expand, and because of that, they say it is on target to be one of the largest blooms they have ever seen, and with that comes major concerns for Florida beaches. This map and photo show the current state of the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt. High concentrations of the 5,000-mile-long seaweed bloom can be seen in red and stretch from the shores of West Africa to the Gulf of Mexico.
We're already seeing quite a bit of sargassum, more than we typically see this early in the year.
In another photo of the Gulf of Mexico taken on March 5th, you can see the sargassum in green. This photo taken last June of the Atlantic Ocean shows the sargassum in bright green with every tiny green dot about the size of a football field. In 2019, the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt dumped large portions of seaweed on Cocoa Beach and beaches in Miami.
We can see it offshore and we can see it very clearly, and we can even track where it is offshore and where it's going to some extent. But trying to pinpoint like exactly which beach it's going to go on, that requires, the winds and the currents to be just right to push it into a particular area. So, theoretically, it's possible that none of it, all of it stays offshore and none of it comes into the into any particular beach, but that's not realistic, especially when you have such an aggregation flowing right by.
As Brian Barnes with USF explains, sargassum can block intake valves for things like power plants. Last year, the U.S. Virgin Islands had to issue a state of emergency after large quantities of sargassum caused water shortages. It can also pose health risks. As Brian LaPointe with Florida Atlantic University explains, when seaweed decomposes, it releases hydrogen sulfide.
That's a toxic gas. So you don't want to be, breathing that at high concentrations for long periods of time. That's a health exposure risk.
And we did ask about the likelihood of this bloom making it to Florida's west coast, say Pinellas County, Manatee County, Sarasota County, the beaches in our area. Researchers say because of how the current patterns typically operate, Florida's west coast is usually protected for the most part from blooms like this, but they say it is not something they can officially rule out. The peak for this bloom is expected in May or June, so we will definitely keep an eye on and let you guys know what happens here.
Oh,
Chris?
yeah, please. No, I mean, we don't want to wish it on anyone else's shores, but we've already got the dead fish coming in from the red. We don't need these giant balls of seaweed washing up, too. So let's hope it stays offshore. The wind changes direction. Thanks for letting us know about this, Jordan.